Well, yeah, there you go.
We're live. Welcome, everybody, to What We Heard, a special Facebook Live production this week. Our first ever live shot at this. This is fun.
Yep.
Yeah.
No dirty words. We can't cut them out.
We can't cut out all the bad stuff Tanner says.
But hey, Pastor Johnny, to this point, have you ever had to really edit out anything?
Just mainly jokes and stuff that Tanner makes, but
Yeah.
other than that,
The occasional beep.
stuff that just completely bombs.
Most of your editing is you add stuff to it,
Yeah.
right?
I'm showing that we're live. Ooh, I can comment on our own live. What's up, guys?
This is going to be fun to get conversation going. This is going to be like them at their homes. Like, I'm just going to be like, hey, I'm talking to you. You're on your phone.
I'm going to comment.
Listen to me.
Shout out to
They're just going to talk the whole time. They're
Tanner.
going to type.
I just shout out to myself on the stream.
Oh, I said, what's up, guys, from the church. Oh, I'm terrible at this.
Oh, mine's from me.
I can invite Tanner on.
Oh, I
this.
see it. They're up there in the top left. Shout out to
Sweet.
Tanner.
Okay, cool. That's perfect.
All right. That's all I wanted. That's all I need to know.
This is about to turn into a new age Thanksgiving dinner where everybody's on their phones and nobody.
Yeah, no doubt.
There's no
All right.
interaction.
No, now we don't need it. Now we don't need
now
it.
we
We
could
can
just
see
stare.
it up top.
I'm just going to stare at that top left corner.
You do anyway. I've
That's
noticed.
true. I do. Well, I'm in the middle, so it's like I can either
Sam will
stare
be
like
in
this
the-
or
Sam will
turn
be
like
Sam will be in the middle of like a really great like heartfelt point, and Tanner's like,
well, I can't if I'm talking and I'm like trying
just
to talk
blows
to
his mind. He
Sam
can't
is
focus.
good.
That's what it
If
is.
I'm talking to Jonathan, I got to talk
That's true.
so that the microphone
Yeah, the mic.
isn't. That's why I'm always slouched over this.
You're just
direction.
a professional with the.
Well, in
Get
case
my-
you're a new visitor, hey,
life
welcome
together.
to What We Heard. This is a podcast from the River of Columbus Church where we dive deep into everything happening here, Sunday morning's message, Wednesday night's teaching, and everything else in between. It's Friday. What you guys got planned for the weekend?
It's my birthday.
Birthday, that's right. Tomorrow's your
birthday.
I was
birthday.
about to say,
We
it's
don't
not
have to say
today.
the next day. I was actually
Yeah,
the reason it
tomorrow.
took me a second to think of what I was doing is I was trying to do the math for one day
It's
ahead.
an easy
'cause we
one to
always
remember. It's
recorded.
Yeah.
November 1st. That's
Yeah.
easy.
No, I'm saying because we usually record a day before. So I was like, what am I doing on Friday? No, it is Friday.
Is there anything special? I mean, no offense to your birthday. Is there anything else special on November 1st?
It's
Let's
All
look.
Saints Day.
November 1st.
It's a holiday. It's
Yeah.
a Christian holiday.
I'll go with a hot take. Florida's going to beat Georgia tomorrow.
Whoa.
That's a very hot
That's
take.
a super hot
Yeah.
take.
Super hot day.
Hey, Rosanna. Good to have you join
All
us.
Saints Day.
So look, Florida's in a great position tomorrow. They have no coach, no reason to really like lose anything.
That's when
so
it's
you have
a-
nothing
yeah.
to lose. You just go for it and put it all on
Yeah.
the line.
And it's an SEC game, so you
Absolutely.
like, dude. It's everything's up for grabs with SEC games at all
See, the
times.
comments are working. Happy birthday, Rosanna.
Nice.
Hope
Yeah.
your birthday
Happy
was great.
birthday.
Tomorrow is also National Calzone Day.
What?
Yeah, so make sure.
Bro.
On your
Yeah.
birthday.
It's
Man,
also
my birthday's national. How have I gone 42 years and not known it was
National-
National Calzone Day?
National Biologic Coordinators Day.
What? Who?
National Vinegar Day.
Nah.
National Brush Day.
Nah.
I'm not saying that one. And National Authors Day.
Oh, okay.
That's up your alley.
I like the calzone
Yeah.
though.
Also Day of the Dead.
Are you
Yeah,
Italian
because it
at
is.
all?
I'm not, but maybe tomorrow, just for tomorrow, I'm gonna call Mike with Jenny and be like, "Hey, you want to go get a calzone?"
Oh, it says that it's an unofficial day to celebrate the popular Italian-American dish, but
Mm.
every day's Calzone Day if you try hard enough.
Go Vols, boo!
Hey, speaking of the Vols, did you see that the CSU women's team played the Tennessee Volunteers
Oh, for
basketball
real?
team?
Oh,
Yeah,
that's kind of cool.
they lost by 100.
No,
They
literally,
lost 148 to 48.
no.
It's not surprising.
No,
It really
wait,
isn't
wait,
surprising.
are you
Go look it
serious?
up. Go
No.
look it up.
Better
I
look
saw,
it
it,
up.
I saw it on Instagram
Oh, I
today.
was like super excited.
Nah, they
I'm
got
disappointed. I wasn't
absolutely
even
torched.
there.
So
Ooh, speaking of basketball, I
Go
got my.
Cougars.
I have my.
shout out to the women's
I have
basketball
my
team.
birthday Spurs hat on from Chris and Bess.
Oh, cool.
They hooked me up.
Nice.
I didn't bend the bill, so I look like I'm going for that Roblox kind of look, like Steve
you
from
do, dude.
Minecraft.
Right?
But shout out!
I can't wear those
for the
hats.
awesome birthday
My
hat.
head's too small.
There are different types of hats. There's small head hats and
Yeah,
big
I
head
call
hats.
them
That's a
dad
big
hats.
head.
That's
If
a big
you
dad
don't
hat.
even have to bend the bill and it still looks remotely normal, you have the biggest head in the world, which I do technically have. Which we found out we were getting sized hats. We always give Pastor Sam a hard time about it, and then when we were getting sized hats, my head's like 2 sizes bigger than yours, and we were like,
Wasn't even
"Oh,
close.
I can't even make these."
Wasn't even close.
Wait.
Me and Titus have the same size hat. Actually, his might be a little big on me, if I'm being honest. So
He doesn't have any
Yeah.
hope. He's going to be a big head guy eventually.
he
It's
is.
coming down the road.
I heard we used more of his shots than your team used of your shots yesterday at the golf
that's
tournament.
not true. I carried.
Did you?
Corey and I carried hard
That's pretty good.
yesterday.
We had a golf tournament yesterday for Teen Challenge. It was great times. Golf balls were hit. Golf balls were lost.
I never lost. Well, I say that I lost 2, but they weren't the ones that had.
It
they didn't have my name on it.
We got a warning.
We have a warning. Video stream issue. Yeah, we probably shouldn't be online with this side of things.
Hey,
because
comment on there. Tell us if your stream is doing
working.
okay or if
It
it's
went
slow
away
for you.
We do our best.
Hey,
I'm going to turn mine off.
With this episode, we got shout outs. We have candy talk today.
Mm.
We're going to talk candy in case anybody has sweet tooth out there and they want to talk. Friendsgiving update, Sunday and Wednesday recaps. So let's go right into it. Go ahead, share the word, spread the word about what's going on with the podcast. Let everybody know that we're out here. Hit share, follow, subscribe. We'd love to have you join us and get notifications. Shout out to Gary, Twyla, Dana, Jimmy, Tammy. Here's a secret listener that came out, Ben Malo. He's a listener.
What?
Good to have you join us, Ben. Jeff, Rachel, Chris, Bess, Ashley, Natalie, Mike, and Kalista. And hey, we got some great comments from last week's show. There was a debate. We talked about things you cannot go cheap on.
Mm-hmm.
Here was one that people went both sides on. Can you go cheap on shoes?
I think anybody that went on the side of yes is under about 30 years old.
It just depends. Like if you're a Skechers person, it doesn't really matter. You just go buy some Skechers. But if you're a picky shoe person like me, I like comfort. But then there's like 2 styles of shoes. It depends on what you're getting. Are you getting like fashion related shoes, or are you getting like my feet hurt, so I need some shape ups?
Some styles blend better too.
Wait, you want to buy shape ups because their feet hurt?
What do you buy shape ups for?
If it hurts when you look in the mirror.
You want to shape up, you'll get in shape.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I just figured it was like taking the shape of your foot. Anyways.
No. Shape ups are supposed to like tone and
I think all of that depends on the type of shoe you want. Are you going, for like looks? Like these right here are not comfortable shoes, but
they look great.
They look cool.
But you could also find styles like that's a simple style. You could find that fairly cheap and not know it was a knockoff.
Yeah, if you don't know. Yeah.
There's some styles of shoes you can get away with, and others.
That's a good point.
When it comes to like if you want like a leather shoe, you can't go with fake leather because fake leather really exposes itself.
It'll destroy you within
You
like
get about
5
3
minutes.
wears out of it. Now, I was really impressed with Ashley Law's sports knowledge.
Yeah, I saw that.
In the comments, she said, "Don't do cheap shoes like Zion did with Nike."
Oh, look at the.
He just like hasn't
Deep
bounced back
cut,
from that either. His whole like foot fell out of that shoe.
He looks like a different human being now this season. Have you seen him this season?
Oh,
I don't know if it's
the
the
weight
facial
loss?
hair or like.
Oh, he
yeah,
lost
maybe
a ton
that's
of
what it is.
weight.
Corey Childs, what's up?
He lost a ton of weight.
Yeah, totally different. Here's one I thought was really good. Don't go cheap on trash bags.
That's a fact.
Yeah.
Imagine taking
That's
a trash
fact.
bag to the trash and it tears on you
Did we
halfway
not say
there.
that one? We
I've
should
done
have said that.
Blows
one.
out.
I was working
Yeah.
at Chick-fil-A.
Hey, another great one.
Brooke
Don't go
George says
cheap on
ahoy.
diapers.
Is that ahoy? AYOOO or is that yo?
That was Ayo. I was working
Ayo.
at Chick-fil-A.
In my
and
mind, it's ahoy.
They had so when you would clean the grease traps and stuff, they would just put it in a trash bag, and they had those like cheap 40-gallon black trash bags, and I would have it over my head, and because I was small or am, I went to go like swing it over the dumpster, and as soon as I went, it
you just
busted and
slung
all of
trash
it
everywhere.
went straight on the ground. Yeah, dude, it
So
was
the
like
point is,
chicken
anything that carries something, you don't need to go cheap on.
No, you need to get the trash bags that are like scented too. It'll make your
those
whole,
are nice.
It'll make your house smell like.
Nah, we tried some of those out on Influencer. They
I
sent
love
us some.
those. Yeah.
Man, they're so strong.
They're
though.
awesome. They're like a homemade Scentsy just in your trash
Just
can.
all around great trash.
Yeah, it just
bag.
hides all the smell too. But I'm a fan. I like that. Is a good one though. Yeah, trash bags. What was the other one you just said?
Diapers. I wouldn't go cheap.
Oh, yeah,
absolutely.
cheap diapers.
No,
No,
it's a parenting mistake for sure.
Yeah, they're super uncomfortable to wear. Well, yeah.
For kids. For kids.
Yeah. Definitely don't go. Yeah, I would. What was else was on there?
Well, hey, we got a bunch of responses about this River Spartan race. People are game for it.
Oh, they're
They
down
want
for it, bro.
So
It looks like it out there. It would not
Here's
be
the
hard.
question for you: what would that look like?
Ooh.
What would our River Spartan race include?
We would have to destroy that whole field and turn it into an obstacle course, which they're pretty
Mud
much doing
pits?
it now.
What would it have to have? I mean, the
it
mud
would
pits
have
are
to be
mandatory.
mud pits, and the mud pits would have to be ice cold. You got to fill them up with
Have you
ice.
seen the part? The hardest one to me is where it has the tarp over the top of the ice mud pit.
Yeah.
And you only have like that much
Yeah.
space to breathe,
Mhm.
and
Ooh,
you're
that
underneath
sounds
it.
awful.
It's like a little claustrophobic
Oh, that
type
sounds
thing,
terrible.
where like
It
you
is.
for about 20 feet you're
Ugh.
underwater
I
going
don't
through
like
it.
that. I don't like that at all.
That's tough. And have some mud hills, probably some tire stuff,
Yeah, some
Tire
mud
stuff.
hills.
electricity.
The barbed wire, at least.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
you know, you got to have some barbed wire on there.
With the charge.
The
gotta
charged
do-
barbed wire.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, good.
You do the whole thing with a shot collar on, and any obstacle that you try to skip, we just
We
pop
hit you.
yeah. And
The
then
li-
at the end, you have to run through like a taser field of just tasers that are always on.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you just gotta hope that the one, it's like random. They'll just randomly buzz, and you just gotta hope you make through it before it like.
I love it.
You know
I
what
love
I'm saying?
It. I love
Heck
it.
yeah, because then if not, you're just like
You're toast.
literally toast, bro.
A
It turns
taser
straight in.
field.
Taser field, bro.
Put with it some coals you got to walk across.
Yeah,
Some hot coals.
absolutely. Yep.
And make our people do it barefoot. If you
I've
do the
heard-
Spartan race here, you got to do it barefoot.
I've heard if you do that fast, the whole thing is that if you do it fast enough, it's never hot on you long enough to burn you. That's the reason that works.
And
You
then
just
at
got to
the
keep
end,
moving.
you got to crawl through the glass field.
Man.
That would be a lot.
Yeah,
Hey, should we put in a lot of stereotypes? Like people think we carry snakes around here. Let's put a
Oh,
bunch
there'd
of
definitely
snakes.
be snakes, bro.
absolutely.
Be snakes for
There's a
sure.
bunch of snakes by the barn.
A snake pit. I can go get some right now.
Yeah.
A snake pit with cockroaches.
That's true. Yeah,
I
that would be the
I
two
could
things.
ruin some
And
lives.
people would pay to be a part of this. That's
Yeah,
what people do.
that's
People
crazy.
do.
They
That's
pay
the
to do these
craziest thing.
things.
That's the craziest thing about all of it.
Yeah,
is-
and then at the
Unbelievable.
end, when you make it through, we give you like a Whopper Junior
Way to go.
Or
and
a-
a sweet
Hey,
tea.
No, right, when you do the country's midnight
Yeah, they
run,
give you-
they give you
yeah.
barbecue sandwich, ice
A
cream,
large sweet tea at
yeah,
the end.
just have it all. Go for it. Hey, there was one more on the comments from last week. We had some disagreement on Christmas when you should decorate for
yeah,
Christmas.
that was that caused some controversy
Yeah.
in families and stuff.
Tammy said November 1st.
Which was what I was saying is
Yeah.
what my parents,
love you,
my
Tammy,
family's
but
gone to.
I'm
but-
gonna
You're
have to
just
disagree.
skipping Thanksgiving,
That's
right?
tough.
You're skipping
Just
Thanksgiving. That's
Show
the
some
issue.
show some respect to Thanksgiving.
But then if you do it too early, what do you have to look forward to for Christmas time?
My
other
girls
than,
would
like, giving
say
gifts and stuff, you know?
two months of Christmas is what you need. That's what
Ah,
they
dude.
say.
So what would that
Nah.
look like? Half of November, half of January?
Well,
Or
that's
go all
November,
the-
December. I mean,
It's
because
like-
it's at the
well,
end of December.
Well, but see, on this side, like Natalie said, start after Thanksgiving, but do all through January. So her 2 months
Ooh,
are December
afterwards?
and January.
No,
No.
no. I'm telling you,
That
the-
sounds-
Just
So-
move on with your life, Natalie.
perfect-
Like, it's just time to
over.
move on with the new
The
year.
perfect
It's a
thing-
great year.
is the day after Thanksgiving, and then I'll give you a week after Christmas to get it together because I know there's a lot going. People are traveling. You might not be home. You got 8 kids. That's a lot of stuff to clean up. I'll give you like a week, but if you go into New Year's, that might be pushing.
know,
It's
Pastor-
a new year.
Pastor Mike talked about superstitions and like how stupid they are and all.
Mhm.
Isn't there
Mhm.
something out there about if you don't take your Christmas tree down by New Year's or soon after New Year's, it was like the saying was it like cause bad the next year.
Oh,
or-
yeah?
yeah.
I've
There's
never
something
seen that
with
one.
that. Like
You know, like the people that say don't wear white after Labor Day or
Labor Day?
whatever. Isn't it always
That's
after
just
Labor Day?
fashion.
When do I ever get to wear white?
No, okay. Here's the
You know,
thing.
you think
This
about
is
it.
this
Start.
is the
When
no.
is it over?
Okay,
When
let's.
is
maybe
it
Memorial
Labor
Day?
All
Day
right.
to
Here's
Labor
what.
Day?
Here's the idea. The idea is that if you wear white, it makes you look pale, and that by Labor Day,
well,
the
speak for yourself.
I'm naturally tan.
Yeah. I mean, we don't need that.
I mean, I'm just telling you, as a fashionista.
Well, I look super white. in the screen, it looks.
The
I'm
guy,
telling
the
you.
guy wearing God's silliest goose sweatshirts.
As a guy that's wearing discount,
He's lecturing
Nikes
us on
and got
fashion
sillies-
right now.
As the fashion guru of this group, what it is that your tan's gone, and so they say by Labor Day you're not going to look good in white anymore. That's why
Listen,
no
it sounds
white
like
after
ugly
Labor
people
Day.
came up with that.
I'll wear
It's,
white
yeah,
whenever
yeah.
I
That's what it's
feel
to
like
help
it.
the ugly people out.
That's not my fault.
Yeah.
I mean,
That you're ugly.
I'm gonna wear
Ouch.
I'm gonna wear white whenever I'll wear white sitting in this chair, and all you'll see is my head.
I'm
and my
wearing white
hands.
pants right now. It's almost November.
You can.
Do
Yeah,
I look ugly?
I got white shoes on.
Just be honest with me.
I am
Yeah?
white.
Comments.
You have white shoes on.
I'm white in general.
You got white shoes on your shoes.
It's
and you're
white.
lecturing
It's
us
white
on it.
outfits.
Get it
it's not
together.
no white.
That's part of the
any-
outfit.
it's
That's a
not
big.
no white
some people would say
anything.
the shoes are the biggest part of the
Man,
outfit.
you-
The shoes can make or break an outfit. That's a hot take for
Man,
That's
that's
true.
debatable. All right, shout outs more. River Soul Winning Team Tuesday night. 40 more decisions for Christ. Way to go, team.
I have the coolest. Is it testimony time since we're talking about those guys?
Yeah.
This is so cool.
Huh?
So Aaron gets a call. When did they go out? Tuesday.
sure. Tuesday.
Aaron gets a call Wednesday, and it's our neighbor that lives behind us, Biddy. They're awesome. They're so cool. And she goes, "Hey," or no, she gets a text, and then she gets a picture, and then they talked about it. Because they're always like up at the road, their kids ride the bus and stuff. So we see them all the time. They're awesome people. And she goes, "Man, I was out shopping yesterday, And this girl walks up and starts telling me about Jesus. They're saved. They go to church, all that stuff. And then she prayed for me, and she was like, oh, she was just a wreck. She was like, it was so good. She could just feel the Holy Ghost and like just feel God. And all. She was like, she might have thought I was weird because I was just like crying. It was very cool.
That's cool.
And then she handed me this, and it was the Friendsgiving.
Hey, nice.
So
The flyer
good
for it.
job.
Way
That
to
like
go,
it like
T.
really touched her.
Good.
And
That's
then
cool.
she knew that it was us and knew to call Aaron because of the flyer. So she was like, "Oh, this was so cool!" Like she didn't.
That's
It was like an awesome encounter.
Way to
So
go,
you guys are
outreach
are
guys.
crushing it. That was such a cool deal.
Yeah, Tuesday was Kalista, Ashley, Andy, Ben, Bess, David, and Laura Lee Pierce. Cool story with David. So David recently started joining the team and learning how to soul win. And they went out to wherever they were that night, and they ran into Taryn Pratt, who goes to church here.
Yep.
And so Taryn said, hey, y'all can practice, act like I'm somebody walking in the store. So David practiced with her, and that gave him confidence to where when he met somebody after that, he led them to Christ for the first
Nice.
time.
That's pretty cool.
His first ever
at
person he's
the-
led to Christ.
That's cool.
The church.
And the
doing
guy's name was
work.
Miguel. So way to go, Miguel
Shout
and
out
David.
Miguel. If you're
Congratulations,
watching, we
both
love
you guys.
Sweet.
Hey, for
That's awesome.
Friendsgiving, we got all the stuff getting ready for it. Check out these food options: nachos,
Mm,
cotton candy,
mm,
funnel cake sticks,
Mhm.
mm,
pizza,
Mm-hmm.
mm,
popcorn,
Popcorn.
mm,
chili,
Check.
mm.
barbecue,
Mm-hmm.
Jeez.
Corritos,
Love it.
Heck
hot dogs,
You better get out there early if you want a burrito.
empanadas,
Oh, how's empanada slap
And-
too?
shrimp patties.
Who does empanadas?
What is a shrimp patty?
That's cool.
Yeah, Megan and Penny are doing the empanadas. And
Oh,
the Corritos.
and that.
What is
a-
what's a
Sweet.
shrimp patty?
shrimp.
It's a patty full of
made
shrimp.
Yeah,
Like I eat it like a hamburger?
I guess.
Yeah,
we'll
like a
see.
crab.
Yeah,
Is
dude.
it like a Krabby
see.
Patty but with shrimp?
There you go. Sounds right.
I'm in. I'm
Yeah.
there. I'll eat it.
So, yeah, of all that, where are you guys going first?
Burrito. All day, every day.
You know, believe it or not, I hardly ever eat at Friendsgiving. But if I had to pick one, I'd probably go empanada.
Yeah.
Go empanada.
I definitely would hit up like the specialty stuff first,
Mm-hmm.
like
Yeah.
barbecue, empanada, Corritos. shrimp
Burritos aren't
patties.
gonna last all day.
Yeah, I'll get a hot dog
Yeah.
on the way out. It'll
Absolutely.
be a little like squishy because it's been like wrapped up, but
Yeah.
I'm gonna still eat it.
No, that's the food's always a big hit at Friendsgiving.
Oh,
It's
absolutely.
It is super
huge.
good.
It's
I'm
huge.
very intrigued by these shrimp patties.
Oh yeah,
I would like to know what this tastes like. Besides shrimp,
maybe we'll grab one and bring it on the show
Let's-
next week.
Yeah.
I want to Google.
Google it.
I'm gonna
Google
Google it right
While
now.
he's Googling that, here's what we need, church. This is on November the 9th. So we got 2 Sundays to pull this thing off. Number one, we need about 5 more volunteers. We're short just 5 volunteers. We need candy to pass out to all the kids during the games, and then giveaways. We want to give away as much stuff as possible to people. It's Friendsgiving. The whole point of it is to show the love of Christ, to bless people. And so adults can win as they come in. Kids can win. Everybody gets a little raffle ticket. Pastor Mike announces the numbers at the end of the day. For kids, what are some of the things that people brought in for kids? We got skateboards, bikes, Barbie dolls.
V-Bucks.
There you go.
What from this year or last year?
No, just
in
examples.
general.
Give people
General? Oh,
ideas of
there's
what kids can bring.
Legos.
Switch.
Kids
Ooh,
love
Legos.
Legos. Kids love Legos.
Nerf guns.
Nerf
Nerf
guns are
guns.
huge. Anything that makes a
Um,
massive amount of noise seems to be
yeah,
popular.
lightsabers. Like foam swords.
Not actual swords. Don't bring actual swords.
They gave away a sword at summer camp a couple years ago.
That's cool.
Really?
Yeah, the guy that won the obstacle course. They
Oh, it was like the trophy? Oh, that's actually
Wow,
kind of sick.
That's
then.
awesome.
they made him.
A samurai sword.
That's
huh?
pretty cool.
Well, it was like forged in the fire. So it was
Oh,
like
it
a
was
blacksmith,
forged. Yeah, that
so
was the thing.
They had to mail it to him, but
That's
can you
cool.
imagine? Yeah. Anyways,
That's cool.
what else? Xbox, a PlayStation, a Nintendo Switch.
Kids like gift cards too. Like talking about
Yeah,
V-Bucks.
V-Bucks
Yeah,
and
for
stuff
sure.
for sure.
Walmart,
that.
Amazon. any of
Those
that.
the big things that I've been seeing people buying are those like electric scooters that go like 20 miles an hour that you
Right.
stand up on. They have them at Sam's Club.
Oh,
I
those
actually
are really
almost
cool.
bought myself one.
Those are cool.
I did, dude, because I'm like, these things are sick.
Those are
Is it cool?
Dana
Uh,
asked if volunteers have gotten emails yet. Not yet. We got to get these last few volunteers in, and we'll email everybody once we have everybody set in a position. The way we do it with the volunteers is there's 2 rotations, each one 45 minutes. That way you can serve one half and then go play and eat and enjoy the shrimp patties and Corritos the rest of the time. Adult giveaways. What are some ideas there?
I mean, grills always
Grills.
kill. TVs always kill.
TVs.
I'm trying to think of things that have made people dance. We were watching the highlight videos
Yeah.
earlier today from the last couple of years, and like people are like,
Flipping
but
out.
yeah, but
Women love gift baskets.
gift baskets are huge.
And you can do that for
True.
guys too.
Yeah,
that'd be
a
cool.
dude gift basket.
I feel like there were a couple of things like I don't know, like like a girl self-care day kind of a thing, like a spa situation. I feel like some of the things they got really excited about last year were like, I think we had like a spa day kind of a thing, and the
That's
girls
cool.
were like freaking
I
about
mean,
that.
dudes like guns, a bow and arrow. I don't know. No, I like remote control.
Brooke brought a
cards.
good
That'd
one
be
up.
cool.
You can donate cash.
Cash for
You
sure.
put cash, and we'll put it together and give away $100 gift
if
prizes.
if we're going for what everybody goes
Ooh,
crazy for,
drones.
when Pastor Mike announces that it's cash, everybody's like,
That's
"Woo!"
true.
The flexibility is
Yeah,
unbeatable.
the
It's
ca-
undefeated.
That's
I
true.
tell you some like underrated gifts
Cash
are
is
like
king.
Publix gift cards, Walmart gift cards, like everyday essential gift cards. The
Okay,
stuff
Dad.
that people. I'm just saying, like, if they were like, Tanner, you want $100 to Publix, I'd be like, heck yeah, dude,
Yeah,
let's go.
pub subs for a
Yeah,
year, right?
chicken
Bro,
strips.
pub subs are so good.
But yeah, those are like practical things that people get excited for. Obviously, money's really good.
Yeah, bring them in this Sunday anytime the church is open. Here's a big thing. If you're new, you may not know about this. Register ahead of time because we're going to do a live drawing again on Facebook next Thursday during the night. I believe it's 7:30. It'll be out there soon, but it'll be Thursday night, and we give away more prizes. But you have to be registered. If you're not registered, you can't win. So
Gotta register.
gotta do it.
I figured out what a shrimp patty is. It is a patty
Of shrimp.
made primarily from minced or chopped shrimp, often mixed with binders like egg and breadcrumbs, and seasoned with ingredients such as onion, garlic, salt, and pepper. If I'm not mistaken, it's like fried.
Oh, sweet!
We
You,
can
you got me
watch,
at fried. You
that sounds
redeemed. You
amazing.
redeemed everything you said when you said, "And it's fried."
Yeah,
I
that
was,
looks
getting,
good.
I was
It
getting more
looks
nervous as those
fried.
ingredients came along, and then I'm like, okay, actually,
I don't know.
if it's
Maybe
fried,
I mean, look, I'm just
Sign
looking
me
at
up.
like Google Images. That looks fried.
That was really good. Yeah,
that looks good. Yeah,
I mean, I don't
I'd eat
know
that.
if that's what it's gonna look like.
it
but
looks like a crab patty. I just
It almost seems like a hush puppy, but with like shrimp form.
I'm down for that.
I think I'm just hungry.
Eat at least 5 of them.
I'm gonna go make some tonight.
Well, speaking of being hungry and Friendsgiving, here's our next segment. I thought you guys would get a kick out of this. Candy talk. All right? Candy's a big
Ooh.
part of
Talk candy
Friendsgiving.
to
Okay.
me.
So here's what
Okay.
we're going to do. We're going to list our top 3 candies. All
What
right?
what if we then had 3 candies you could just absolutely could just be banished?
Oh, absolutely.
Top 3
Yeah.
and then 3 candies
Yeah.
that if you never see them again, you won't care.
Absolutely. You have an idea of what your top candies are?
Top 3 candies. Who's going first?
Do number 3 if you have an order.
Go 3.
I'm going to go. This would be my number 1, but just for the fact that it tears up your teeth for like 2 hours, Butterfinger's my number 3.
Wow.
I love a Butterfinger, but I don't like biting it. I feel like whatever's inside a Butterfinger.
Is it
very
better in a
fortunate.
flurry or something like that where it's chopped up? 'Cause we
No,
were
like
talking
it
about that
just
earlier.
gets like
Yeah.
it just gets stuck in your teeth.
It is super teeth sticky.
It's like I got that sticky teeth thing. So like Butterfinger would be my number 1 if it wasn't for the teeth situation.
It does like as
That's
soon
my
as
number
it
3.
mixed with the like spit in your mouth, just turns into concrete on your teeth.
Exactly.
Can't even brush it out.
Exactly. So
Like,
that's why it's my number 3 because it is like my favorite flavor, but it's my
That's
least
impressive though
favorite.
that the flavor's so good it's still in the
It's
top
true.
3.
No, it's true.
now
Yeah.
That's why it
Butterfinger's
gets
not
so
even
stuck.
in my top 10.
Like
but-
Mike Milk Duds, no way because they get stuck in
Ugh,
your
yeah,
teeth so
terrible.
hard, right?
Those
That's
are-
one
those
that
are
could be banished to the
Yeah.
nether realm.
Let's see. Corey put Reese's,
Reese's
stickers.
stickers.
I wouldn't eat stickers.
probably not-
That sounds disgusting. Seems right for Corey though.
Oh,
What's your number 3?
My number 3. And now I'm giving you my candy. If I go into like a gas station on a road trip, these are my top 3 that I'm always gonna get, even if I'm at home.
Mhm.
These are the top 3. Number 3, I just threw up 2.
We just need 3.
That's on me. Number 3 is I think it's called the Break. I don't know if it's Break Fast or Breakfast. Reese's
Breakfast.
Breakfast. I think it's
Breakfast,
Breakfast
yeah.
Reese's. It looks like it's a Snickers, but it really is a Reese's.
Oh, it's like a candy bar Reese's.
Snickers form.
I know what you're talking about.
you
I know what
look
you're
up-
talking about.
They're
Never
fantastic.
tried
They're
it. Yeah.
fantastic.
But
They're
all
the
it's,
best.
but it's the peanut butter all the way through.
Yeah, but they
it's
also
wrapped.
make
Yeah,
a
I know what you're talking
nutrageous
about.
one that has Reese's pieces in it.
That sounds
So
amazing.
you can get like different genres, whatever you want to call it. But that break fast, I guess is what we're calling it, is Corey knows about it. They're the best. That's number 3.
What's so hard about venturing out into some of these is like I wouldn't pay money to try it.
Yeah,
Mhm,
like I'm not going
mhm.
to the gas station to get an Almond Joy.
Yeah. Now, if you had one,
I
and
do
you
love
say,
an
hey,
Almond
try
Joy.
this. Oh, almond joys are amazing. Yeah, that's
Oh.
an honorable mention for
Sorry.
sure.
Yeah, for sure.
That's
Well,
on me.
honorable
That's
mention.
still
Honorable
not
What's your
mention.
number 3, Sam?
All right, debated. I love chocolate, but chocolate, I'm not going to put it in my top 3.
Any chocolate?
No,
Or?
I'm going to give an honorable mention to Dove chocolate.
That is good.
All right.
So
But I
milky.
saw a great Nate Bargatze piece on this. It was on that Dude Perfect podcast we were watching the other day.
Mhm.
But I'm between like Laffy Taffies and Airheads.
Mm-hmm.
But Laffy Taffies have banana, and banana
Dude.
kind of kicks them out of
You
the
mean
top
the
three.
best flavor?
No, see it's such a love-hate thing with banana. Because people like me hate banana.
That's my favorite
but then
flavor.
people like you love it.
Yeah.
They
I
have
like Kit
bags of
Kats.
just banana.
No, I don't
right?
like banana. Forget
that's
that.
my
dude.
favorite. No, that's my favorite flavor.
You know
So-
why? Oh, go ahead, Sam.
Well, I was gonna say
Finish.
one that reinvents itself that
Mhm.
stays fresh with the game is Airheads. Airheads
I like
number
Airheads.
3.
I like Airheads.
Okay, that's my number 1 candy.
Whoa!
Airheads.
Oh, you can't skip the number
Wow.
one
Sorry,
already.
It already mentioned
It's
it, bro.
time for number 2.
The purple Airhead is the best Airhead / to me candy.
And they do small ones now, big ones. They do
Oh, yeah.
they sour flavors,
Let me
regular
tell you what's
flavors.
better
Brooke
than that.
is watching.
Let me tell
she
you what's
bought
better
me
than that.
150 pack of Airheads one time for Pastor Appreciation.
I'll tell you what's better than that, and it is my number 2, and it is the Nerds gummy clusters.
Oh,
those
that
are
is
good.
number
Those
2.
are solid.
yeah.
Also, the number one thing that runners are now carb loading during long races. Apparently, the macros in those are better than like the goop and electrolytes and stuff that they've been. Like, if you just stack up Nerds clusters next to like the professional runners goop,
Yeah.
the Nerds clusters are like better.
See, health
For
people
fuel.
overthink things.
Yeah,
just
dude.
stick with the junk food. It all
Beast
works
Mode-
out.
Beast Mode
It
would
all
eat
works out.
Skittles in the
If you're
middle
gonna
of
run
his game.
100 miler,
Marshawn Lynch almost won a Super Bowl just strictly off of Skittles.
off of
Oh,
Skittles,
yeah.
that's true.
Have y'all ever seen DK Metcalf's diet?
No,
Yeah, it's crazy.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
like extremely unhealthy.
I mean,
Really?
he drinks like 3 Starbucks a day,
Yeah.
M&Ms,
I don't know how he's alive.
Skittles, and maybe one actual food like McDonald's or
Maybe.
something.
oh,
like
for
that.
real? Like he doesn't
And
even
he
have like
is
meals?
Ripped.
Oh, no, he's
jacked.
shredded.
I
Yeah.
mean, like it's unbelievable.
Yeah, that's crazy.
What's your number 2? Because you already told us your number 1.
Number 2, it's tough. I love sour gummy worms, but they come in so many different forms. So let me specify the sour gummy worm. The Fresh Market sour gummy worms are the best. I said it. Better than the
bougie
trolley.
ones.
Yeah, give me.
Okay.
I'll go out of my way. I haven't had those in a long time, but when I used to live on River Road, we would go to the Fresh Market, and I would just buy an abundant amount of Fresh Market sour gummy worms.
At a time in your life where you're making like $12 an hour, you're going to
Yep.
Fresh Market.
Yeah, forget clothes, bro. We were getting sour gummy. It's not even like we were going because the food was fresh. It was like we were
Yeah.
going to get candy and
You
weird
went to
drinks.
Fresh Market. We're like, hey, where's the most processed food in this place?
Yeah, dude. I wasn't going for help.
Can I?
I would come out with like a Bob Ross soda and sour gummy worms. Yeah, dude, forget it. Oh, I'm kind of like DK though. You know, we just
Yeah.
eat, and we're both ginormous people. So
Yeah, it fits the bill.
yeah.
My,
Anyways,
my
that's
number 2 is the sour Jelly Belly jelly beans. They're amazing.
They're very good.
They're great. That's
They
my
are
road
very
trip.
good.
That's my
Oh,
road
those
trip
are pretty
snack.
good.
I love the popcorn jelly jelly bean.
Oh, why do you like all the gross stuff?
You're gonna hate my number 1 too.
Oh,
and it's
what's
totally
that?
fun.
Licorice?
I do love
Like
licorice.
butterscotch? What do we
I
got?
do
What-
love licorice.
Just a piece of asphalt.
Yeah.
Are we,
What could this be?
are we on number 1?
Yeah,
Are we
go
going
for
number
it.
one?
I mean,
Nobody would ever guess that this is what it is, but it stands up to the road trip test. If I'm on a road trip, I get David's sunflower seeds, just regular flavor. I get an energy drink of some sort and a Zero bar. I love a Zero bar. Most people have never even had a Zero
What
bar.
Yeah,
is-
there's a
what is it?
reason no one's had a zero.
what
bar.
is it? Is it
It's like
chocolate?
it's like white chocolate on the outside.
Okay.
It's magic on the inside. I don't know what it is. but
Zero
it's amazing.
is how much flavor is in those. I've never had one. I don't
Exactly.
Even know what
Most people have never had them.
Is it zero because it's like 100-calorie thing?
No,
It's a
it's
diet
no, it's
candy,
definitely
or-
it is very much a candy bar.
that is. Zero because that's
It
how
is-
many people eat those.
Right.
on a
What is the
regular
name for? Do you
basis.
know?
I have no idea. I have no idea.
I gotta look this up too.
I just know that the Zero, it's kind of snickery on the inside, but no peanuts.
zero bars.
And then the outside is white chocolate. But they're so
I feel
good.
like I would recognize it if I saw it.
You would.
Okay.
They're everywhere.
It's like a Klondike bar marketing.
Bro, this is your
color.
number 1 candy.
Yeah. You've never had it, bro.
Man.
It just looks like a. It just looks
This
like
feels
a,
like something you got stuck in
It
your
looks like an
childhood on.
albino Kit Kat.
Bro, doesn't that sound amazing? Doesn't that
That's
albino-
what it is. So
I do
you had
love
this
some
as a
Kit
kid,
Kats,
right? And it just
That's
got hooked
yeah,
on it?
you know, I mean that's what it is.
It had to be.
Yeah.
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 It's
has
definitely what it tastes like my childhood. It's
Yeah.
that's total which
I got you.
I get
There's a
that with
connection.
candy. Yeah.
I like the same candy that like a 6-year-old would like though. I'm all about like the fruity,
Right.
sour, gummy stuff, but the occasional that Reese's Breakfast is where it's
yeah,
at.
it is
Do
good.
you like peach rings?
I love peach.
That's my
rings.
number one.
Number
Peach
one
Peach
zero
rings.
bar.
Love,
That's a
love
good-
peach flavor.
Is Corey Child saying his number one is now 0 bar?
No,
Is-
that's Uncle Greg.
Oh, Greg Child's number 1 0. Hey, he knows. Maybe it's an
Man,
old
That's
guy
the po- I was
thing.
about to
Man.
say, dude, we asked an elderly man.
Yeah, maybe I'm just like
earlier what his top 3 were, and what was it? It was a Butterfinger.
Butterfinger.
It was.
number
it was
one.
a Butterfinger. What was the other one?
A Baby Ruth.
Baby Ruth.
Oh, also
Yeah.
a great candy. I
And
do
then
like a
what
Baby
was the
Ruth.
third thing?
We do know he likes butterscotch. He
He
did
does
say he
like
likes that.
butterscotch.
Hey, we
The,
talked about
Werthers, those little Werthers in the gold.
a sleeper is that caramel one with the white
Yeah,
stuff
the white,
in the middle.
the like marshmallow in the middle.
What's that called? You know, they have like a little sleeve of them, and it's caramel, and it's got a little white dot.
hair, white bar. Corey says.
Caramel.
Those things are old school.
With
Yeah, what are
marshmallow.
those? They're really good.
Oh yeah, once you get to that cream with
You
it.
know what else is good is Andes, the thing they give out when you get done
Oh,
at
those are great,
Olive Garden. Yeah,
Are you
Andes
talking about
great.
this? The like that stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're called I don't know. I don't know how to say that. Goetze.
hors d'oeuvre?
Goats.
Never heard anybody call those anything.
Goet. Old fashioned. Oh, okay. You could just call them caramel cream candy. That's a lot easier.
Okay,
to say.
caramel cream. That's
Sorry, caramel
we
cream.
figured
candy.
it out.
Those are really good though.
What
Those
would
are
you
very
say
good.
is the knot? You like scratch it off,
Scratch
throw
it.
it away. if you
Milk
get-
duds definitely.
Your entire top 3.
So this is what people should not bring to Friendsgiving. No milk
yeah.
duds.
Oh, milk duds are terrible.
Snow caps are
Oh,
terrible.
snow caps are also terrible. I can't believe they still make those.
Yeah,
Banana Laffy
someone
Taffies.
goes to the
Banana
someone
Laffy
goes to the
Taffy.
gas station. They're like, you know what? I really want some snow caps. or
Black
whatever they're called."
licorice can kick rocks.
Oh, pass.
Yeah.
Um,
There's some bad ones, man. There's like just some bad candy.
most
out
of
there.
my bad is like the chocolate though. Like I don't like just a normal dark piece of chocolate.
Nobody in their right mind is grabbing anything that says Warhead on it to actually enjoy it. You know, it's one of those things. It's like, hey, you
you're-
eat one and I'll eat one.
yeah.
Well, like Warheads
I
can
have
just
a
Asking
bag
to
of.
suffer.
pass.
I have a bag of warheads at the house, but someone bought them for me.
Yeah, but you're not just like, God, you know what I need right now? A
No, I
Warhead."
don't just wake up in the morning craving a warhead.
Yeah.
No, I don't. No, you're right.
Gina says she likes Three Musketeers and a Yoo-hoo. Yoo-hoos are awesome.
Oh,
but
yeah,
Yous are
man,
way
I
better
forgot
in the
about
glass
Yoo-hoos.
bottle than they
Absolutely.
are
That's
any
true.
other way.
They're completely different. That's like there's certain things that there's certain drinks that are different from different places. McDonald's, Coca-Cola, completely different. I never drink Coke unless I'm at a McDonald's.
Sprite. McDonald's Sprite is
Sprite's
elite.
the same way. Yeah.
Elite. Man, what is number one candy that I'm like, I'd be okay if this never existed again? Oh yeah, candy corn. Candy corn can die. It's disgusting, bro. It can, dude. Candy corn is so nasty.
Hey, you know what I had the other day that was actually good?
Oh, Tootsie Rolls.
Werther's.
I don't know what
Werther's, the
Whoopers are, but
caramel.
I think Corey's
yeah,
trying to
the
say
little-
Whoppers. I love Whoppers.
Whoppers are good, yeah.
No, I don't like Whoppers. Tootsie Rolls are also bad.
Tootsie Rolls are okay. There's nothing else available.
I just probably wouldn't eat before I'd go and grab some Tootsie Rolls. But I told you most of mine's gonna be chocolate stuff because I'm not a huge
Hey,
chocolate.
I love like a
connoisseur.
good old like chocolate covered raisin. You know the chocolate covered raisin.
Yeah, a
chocolate.
raisin.
Oh yeah, those are good.
Yeah, I'm telling you, I have the taste buds of a 7-year-old though.
That's true.
If it's anything, you could chocolate cover broccoli and I'm not eating it.
Mm.
Well,
Okay, that might have been a
would
bad
anybody?
What?
might have been a bad example.
Hot
Sorry.
take.
Yeah, hot take. Chocolate covered broccoli is trash.
All right, you guys got any other ones?
I think that I feel like I'm missing one. I feel like there's a candy I can't think of right now because it's been banished from my mind. Where every time I see it, I'm like, ugh. You know what I mean?
Why
There are
would
just certain.
anybody?
Oh, who's eating that? You know,
Yeah.
I can't.
I think
You know what I
think
don't
we
like?
hit
Just a
most.
regular old like sucker. That is like, ugh.
No?
Like, what's the point of just like a regular sucker? The stick is all soggy. Ugh.
Yeah.
Corey said those Coke bottle trash candies. I took Titus one time to Walmart to get any candy he want, and that was one of his
The
selections.
Coke bottle tops.
Yeah.
Is he talking about though? There's some that have like the juice stuff on the inside, and there's some that
Oh, the
actually
wax
Coke
ones?
flavored. Yeah.
The wax
Those
ones.
wax ones are oddly satisfying.
They are.
'Cause
The
I'll gnaw on it for like 3 days.
Knickknacks,
Be very careful.
Tic Tacs.
I don't-
It's something like that.
Tic Tacs is another one.
They got like a weird. I'm down for an orange Tic Tac. That's a good candy.
Oh, yeah,
Sour-
orange Tic Tacs
sour-
are
yeah,
really good.
The
sour
sour
Tic
ones are
Tacs.
good.
All right, guys, let's get into Sunday morning message.
Altoids. Sorry.
Altoid,
That's the
no?
last one.
Yeah.
Altoids suck. Okay, carry on. It's true.
Sunday morning was tough issues, addiction, biblical answers to life's hard questions, part 2. So the second part of the series, one of the awesome highlights of the service was the gentleman named Mark. Y'all remember Mark that was in the crowd?
Yep,
Where Pastor
yep,
Mike walked
yep.
to him
I
in
know
the
Mark.
crowd.
Mm-hmm.
So Mark came with Gary McMahon's brother. They came to church together, and Mark got saved and
Yes.
prayed for stage 4 cancer at the same
Oh,
time. Yeah,
sweet.
he was there. So Pastor Mike went to him
Yep.
in his seat.
Yeah.
It was super cool.
That is
So that was a
cool.
major
Yeah.
highlight. Then what was also pretty neat was the altar just kept flowing. Did y'all notice that? Like just
Yeah.
people just
That
kept
was really
popping
cool.
up. You know, some Sundays
Yeah.
it's everybody at one time, one person here,
You
one
could
over
kind
there.
of feel faith in the room.
Yeah.
You
It
know
was
what I mean?
definitely
It felt like the faith was kind of rising.
Yeah. Once he prayed for that guy in the seat, it's kind of feel like, because I felt that when he prayed that, I was like,
Yeah.
I felt that from the front
You
row.
could feel the kind of the faith in the room change, and then it was like it was on from there.
People were like,
which
he
was,
just prayed
which
for
is
a
awesome.
guy for stage 4 cancer. He obviously believes what he's praying for, else, it would have been a really soft prayer. But yeah, as soon as he prayed for Mark, you could feel like the whole room change.
Mm-hmm.
And then people were like, you know what? Let's get it. Now was my time. And that's when they started to just
Yeah.
kind of pop up one by one. So that was really
If
cool.
you missed it, it's on YouTube. Also, the podcast is on Spotify and all the major platforms. Then we had Gary's testimony, which was amazing.
Oh, so
That was
good.
so cool. I had never heard the cigarettes part.
That was good. Yeah.
I'd never heard that. I've always obviously like that one comes up with what God did for him with alcohol, but I'd never heard the follow up, which is really cool. And I love the way his mindset. I love the hunger that he had. I love the faith that he had, and I just had not heard that part. It was very cool.
I talked to him afterwards about it, and I'm like, it is insane. The fact that you had no withdrawals or nothing. You were just like, I'm done. The taste of cigarettes, he was like, I'm done. Didn't smoke again, never drank another drop of alcohol, and then carried on like it never happened in the first place.
Yeah, that's really cool.
I mean, that's God. It's only God, because people have to go through, months and months of like rehab and things like
Detox
that.
and-
Detox.
yeah.
And they're miserable through
I've
it
seen The
all.
Last Samurai.
Yeah.
Tom Cruise yells for like 20
I'm
minutes.
telling you. But yeah, it was awesome to just see how it was like, as soon as he drew that line in the sand, God was like, all right, I see you and I hear you, and you're for real about it. And then boom, never looked back.
Mhm.
Not
Yeah.
another day.
Let's see. Dana said we have a prayer chain around Columbus, believing in healing from Mark. Absolutely. So it's
That's awesome.
going to be a great testimony. Just like Gary came
Yes.
up and testified, Mark's going to do the same
Yep.
thing. You know, Gary mentioned about the cigarette part, about how we had a service, and he just said, I have to be there. You know,
Yeah.
I'm going to make a way. We have our prayer and miracle service next Wednesday.
Yep.
So same thing for anybody watching that has something going on. You know, somebody that needs a healing. Same faith that Gary had. I've got to get there. I got to get that person there,
Mhm.
and then there'll be the next
Don't miss
testimony.
Monday prayer either. Monday prayer's been
Oh,
awesome.
Monday prayer's been bumping.
It has.
Yeah,
It's been really good.
it's been
Monday night,
solid.
7:00 as well.
Right.
Yeah, that's a killer night.
absolutely. For sure.
What was the memory verse this week? Did y'all write it down?
I did not.
I think it's something in Colossians.
I don't know because I didn't have it either.
Oh,
I'm
I
pretty
never
sure it's
saw
Colossians.
it. Every now and then he'll do them really early on.
Yeah.
And
if anybody
I'm-
knows, put it in the comments.
Yeah, man. Oh, we do have live comments. We might see it in
Yeah.
a second. Yeah, I just every now and then,
I'm-
if it's early enough, I'm like doing sound or doing audio, and I just miss it.
I'm
And,
going
yeah.
Colossians 3 verse 2, but I don't know if that's exactly right, but I'm pretty sure that's what it is. But I could be wrong.
Well, we'll see if it pops
I
up
didn't
here
write
in
it
a minute.
down, unfortunately.
He did go through the definitions of addiction, an act or practice that's done so often that it basically becomes so automatic that it's difficult to stop. And then the second definition he gave, a continual, often involuntary or unconscious decision to perform an activity that's been acquired through frequent repetitions.
I like that he gave the positive side of that. I thought that was really cool. Like there are things where it's like that can be super positive. Like I don't feel like my day is started unless I get this done. You know, those kind of things. That's really cool. I like
Yeah.
that I like that he put a positive spin on it on the front end of that in a really cool
Addicted
way.
to prayer, to reading your Bible,
Yeah.
and all
He
this
said
that
if
good
you'll
stuff.
be addicted to giving, God will support your habit. And I was like, I like that. That's
That's a good line.
I wrote that one down.
That's a good line.
I was like, that's solid, because that's a fact. He will support everything. You know, if you dive in completely, even if you look at Gary's testimony, for instance, as soon as he said no to the things of the world and said yes to God, it changed his entire life around. And so, for people that might be listening, or if you know someone who is struggling with that stuff, I'm telling you, just a simple like Jesus loves you. You don't have to deal with that. He took it all on the cross. Well, and not only does it change his life, it changes multiple people around Gary's life that saw who he was before
Mhm.
and were like, listen, I saw how he's drinking, 30 beers before he even makes it to work. And now he's just like, nope, I'm done. Like that's crazy. And people around you will notice that and see a difference. So
Yeah.
should be addicted to growing in your faith and watch God back you up in that process.
I think what happens is, as we're using the word addiction, but what happens is it just becomes who you are. And that's something where like that can work in the right direction too. I mentioned it 2 weeks ago in Micah 2. I don't remember what verse it was. No. In Micah 2, God goes, hey, listen, if you were living right, this would be exciting. These would be promises to you, not threats. Like my word would be a promise to you. My word would be exciting to you. It wouldn't be something that was the other direction. I thought that was really cool. And that's the way that habits are. Like you can use the word addiction, or you can use the word like it's become who you are, but you can use that in the right way. Like it doesn't have to be, hey, there's that, that guy, the drunk. It can be, there's that guy, the man of God, because you do so. The things that become addictions in your life are the things that become who you are. And I think that's for him to just, what made me think of that is for Gary to just change, for God to just change who he is like that is so powerful. I mean, in a moment, like something that was a defining part. I mean, because you have a cigarette in your hand all the time, and you're Gary the smoker.
Mm-hmm.
You have a beer in your hand all the time, which if you're drinking that much, you pretty much have a beer in your hand all the time. So he changed who he was instantly. I mean, that's amazing.
Very cool. I know a lot of people get wrapped up on what they could say to family members or relatives to help lead them to Christ. But to your point, if you just let God work through your life, just like Gary,
you don't have to say
all
anything
those people.
The
evidence is overwhelming.
Yeah, that's
undeniable.
Evidence is a good word because they'll see it. And like I said, they'll know who you were before and after. And, because sometimes we have teenagers that'll come to youth and their parents or someone may not be serving the Lord. And they're like, I've been arguing about it. I'm like, don't argue. It doesn't get anywhere. If you come at it from like an aggressive, hateful place, they already don't like the church. Mm-hmm. And you're just gonna push them further away. I said, just show them how the Lord has changed you through love, through respect. Even if you don't agree, you have to obey your parents. They're your parents. That's a biblical principle. So I said, if you'll just show them love and things like that, I'm telling you, that'll go even further than telling them they're heathens and they're going to hell. They already know that. They don't need someone to like yell that at their face, especially not their kids.
Won't go well, right?
No, it doesn't. Never does. It never goes well.
He talked about a lot of examples because when many people hear this message title, they think of just alcoholism, cigarettes like Gary went through. Mm-hmm. But also he mentioned practical things, simple things that people overlook, like cell phones, right? Mm-hmm. What are some signs you guys would say are signs to people that they're addicted to something? Like if you review your life, you're like, am I really addicted to something? Like what would give you some clues that you are?
I think I could tell when I need to like clean apps off of my phone, like let's say like games and stuff. Like this morning, I woke up and I have the widget that it'll like suggest what it is you're normally doing at that time. And I opened up my phone to like check the time. I'm like rubbing sleep out of my eyes, and it's like Clash Royale. I'm like, oh crud. I've been waking up with Clash Royale too much. It's become a thing. Might be time. Yeah, it might be time to detox. Probably need to get that game off my phone.
Right.
I feel like if you can't do everyday things without, like, let's just use your phone for example. If you can't just do like everyday, some just flew straight in my eye. If you can't do everyday tasks and stuff without having your phone on you or checking it every few minutes, then I think you might have.
Yeah, like no purpose to it. You literally just find yourself looking and there's no reason.
Yeah.
You're answering a text.
Yeah.
It's
like when people get bored, they'll just go and look at the pantry.
It's true.
It's like you're not actually hungry. You're just bored. So you just stare at the food.
There's a Japanese word for that means I'm not eating because I'm hungry. I'm eating because my mouth is lonely. And I think that may be the most funny thing. In Japanese, you can just say I'm eating because my mouth is lonely.
Yeah. I'd say another one is your priorities change. Like you don't maintain the priorities that you want in the right order you want.
Yeah.
And that could be good because like you're talking about if you get addicted to like reading the Bible, and now you're changing your priorities.
Yeah.
Right. That's a good thing. But in the same sense, Your cell phone can cause you to not spend time with your family like you want to, or be attentive to conversations like you want to.
That's true. You're
to
not
listen
present.
to people. Yeah.
You know what I do when because that's one that definitely gets to me. That one's an easy one that's something that I naturally will easily fall into is the phone thing.
Same.
What helps me a ton, and I saw a study on this in some book that I was reading. They were talking about specifically the fact that phones, they're designed to do that. I mean, all social media, all Apple, all Google, all they want is your attention. So they've engineered everything to give you that dopamine hit. One of the things that they've done that with especially, and they spend millions of dollars figuring this out, is what colors you like and what colors make you feel certain ways. You can make your phone grayscale. I don't know what it is about doing that, but it immediately makes your phone just not be appealing to pick up. And you can do everything. You can play a game grayscale. You can check text. You can look at YouTube. You do everything. But when it's in black and white, I don't know what it is about that, but it really does.
That's crazy.
It completely changed. If I change my phone to grayscale for a week, it just resets. And I didn't have to do some crazy thing like, oh, sorry, I haven't had my phone to answer a call all week. I haven't been leaving it at home. You can just carry on as usual. And you will watch your screen time shrink to nothing.
That's wild. That's a cool experiment.
So just wanted to
I'm gonna try it.
Yeah, if you need to hit the reset on the phone, just put it on grayscale.
It is true though. They're trying
to
to bait you any way they can.
Yes.
To draw you in.
They spent the example they gave is that they spent, I think it was over $10 million deciding what blue Facebook's logo should be. They just do all kinds of insane studies to figure out exactly what engages people
all for a reason.
the most. Yeah.
I thought about some other things that people may not think about that could be negatively addicted to. How about negative thinking?
Yeah.
You're just
no
addicted
doubt.
to thinking negative. Like anytime something comes up, the mind just runs straight to worst case scenario.
Yeah.
There's a thunderstorm. There's a tornado coming.
My
Wait,
house.
whoa.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's my favorite. I think I've said it on here before, but my favorite Mark Twain quote is he said, I've lived through, now that I'm old, I've lived through many, many tragedies in my life, most of which never occurred. And what he was referencing was the fact that he has imagined many, many, many terrible things that could have happened in his life, conversations, events. There's a storm coming. It's going to get my house. Most of which never come to anything. And he was making the point that it takes just as much imagination to think positively as it does to think negatively.
Right.
It's hard to do because it's easy to get addicted to the negative.
Yeah.
But it is just as easy to imagine an impossibly good outcome.
And a lot of times the negativity that people speak it into their lives that it's their fault it's happening. You know, if you say there's a storm coming, there's probably going to be a tree that's falling on my house. Well, you could either speak that the tree's going to fall on your house, or you can speak that there's angels protecting your property and no trees are going to fall on your house. So you could speak one or the other thing into existence. Which one are you going to pick?
If I remember right, Job had happened to him what he feared most.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. Yeah, that's exactly
It was
right.
negative thinking.
Yeah.
He was fearing it, right?
Exactly.
Here's some other ones. I don't mean to step on toes. We're aiming for the heart here, right?
Mm-hmm.
But people
Let's
can be
go.
addicted to gossip.
Yeah.
No doubt.
Just talking to have conversation
Yeah.
pieces.
I feel
or
like
be funny.
that's one of the reasons social media is so popular. Because really what a lot of gossip is knowing everything about everybody, and you're just wanting to have that in. And that's what social media does. It's like, oh, let's see what everybody's doing. Oh, did you see what's their name is doing?
Another good one, keeping up with the Joneses.
Yeah.
People can be addicted to that, right?
Totally.
Yeah, the Joneses don't even
status.
like you.
Ouch.
It's true.
How
Dang.
about addicted to poverty mentality?
Yeah.
Being poor.
Mm-hmm.
Woe is me.
Same thing we talked about a second ago. Addicted to worry. Addicted to stress. Some people just don't know how to relax, right? Like you want to just press, and never take a sabbatical, take a day just to chill, just to have some time to relax. Any other
for
ones?
sure. I think you talked about I think Pastor Mike mentioned that people are addicted to being sick. There's a word for that. What are those? Is it a
Hypochondriac?
Yeah. Where no matter what, they're just like, oh, and if you wake up sneezing one morning, then you have the flu and things like that. People just love to be miserable all the time, and I can't imagine that kind of lifestyle. What a sad way to live.
Yeah.
And I know some people that's just maybe how you were grown up, but you don't have to stay that way. The Bible doesn't say you have to stay sick. It says that by his stripes we are healed. And so that's one that I see a lot of people just addicted to being sick.
We talk about a lot in services, but generational curses are not inherited; they're accepted.
Yeah.
Right.
Right. So
Absolutely.
I'll give you all a quick testimony. I haven't told you guys about this. It's pretty cool. with turning 40, I went to the doctor, do my yearly physical.
Mhm.
I'm a physical guy. I like accountability. Like if I go and like my stuff's off, I'm like, I'm not being a good steward of my body.
Right.
I need
Yeah.
to eat different. I need to change some stuff up. I'm not going because I'm scared of anything. It's
No.
just being a good
Well,
steward.
no,
right?
what you measure improves.
Yeah, exactly.
I love that.
So I went and they're like, hey, like this is the family history. My grandfather died of a heart attack at 53. My grandmother had a triple bypass at 60. My dad had a heart attack at 46. So when doctors see my family history, they're panicked. I mean, they're like, whoa,
Yeah,
whoa.
yeah.
So they just said, hey, look, we want you to get this little test called a calcium score, just so we can track it in the future and just have it to know if your eating habits are okay. They actually said your cholesterol is a little high, but it might not mean anything.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to go on a statin, nothing like that. I mean, I'm 40. I feel
Yeah.
great. So they said, just go do this and let's see how serious this is. So the score measures the calcium that's built up in the arteries in your heart, right? And the higher the percentage, the more clogged up the arteries are. So I go get this test done. I go back to the doctor and I'm like, well, how did it look? You know, I hadn't feared any of this. I mean, I've just been doing it just to get this stuff done, to be a steward, right? She goes, I have never seen a score like this before. I'm like, all right, well, which way we swinging here? I mean, I feel like I know which way, but you tell me.
Amen or out.
She said you have a 0 score.
Wow.
That
Sweet.
means there's no calcium deposits at all.
Oh,
you
that's
have
a good
no
thing.
buildup
Okay.
at all.
It's like
She
0.
said, I've never.
You don't even have any heart arteries.
There's nothing. Do
We
you
don't
even
know why
have a
you're
heart, right?
alive.
Like what's
That's
going
awesome.
on? She
Heck
said,
yeah.
I have never seen a 0 score at any age before in my entire life.
Wow.
Cool.
And I called Pastor Lacey. I'm like, hey, you know what? It's just exactly what we've been talking about. Like you don't.
That's awesome.
You either accept it or you deny it.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's
Definitely.
yes. Is it a real fact that there's been heart disease in my family? Yes.
Yeah. Yes,
I'm not being
absolutely.
foolish or goofy, as Pastor Mike says, to ignore it.
Yes.
But I don't accept it from my
Yeah,
life.
totally.
Right. Definitely. That's
And-
awesome. That's
Yeah.
super
So
cool.
I just thought
I'm gonna try to beat
cool.
your record.
You know what I
No
realized?
negative?
I'm
So
gonna get -0.
we were doing. I think I did the faith class in Bible school. I feel like I should remember that.
Probably.
You did do the faith class.
Yeah. I'm almost.
Carry on.
One of the things that hit me, because one of the questions that I've always had, because we run in faith circles, is you have this kind of inferred thing a lot where it's like, do you have enough faith? And so I thought, well, how do you practically tell somebody how to measure? Like you're talking about, you're measuring something. It's not that it's, has to be in a negative sense or positive sense or whatever. You're just keeping a measurement. How do you keep score? How do you keep your faith score? Right? Like that was just a question that as I was studying for that class, I thought, I want to know that. So I need to figure this out because I want to say it in class. I want to figure out what it is that what is happening. And it hit me as I was praying through that because I was like, man, I don't know. Nobody's ever really said, like, everybody says you need more faith. They tell you how to get faith. They tell you have a lack of faith. They tell you what happens when you have a lack of faith. There's all these things, but it's like, how do you practically know, like, okay, what's my faith score? And I realized that or I didn't realize it. I feel like the Spirit of God really showed me one morning. You know where your faith is by where your expectation is. Your faith is what you're expecting, right? The Bible says faith is the evidence of things not seen. So it's about to be Christmas time after Thanksgiving, but just to be a little early with it, whether 2 days since it's Halloween or whether a month early, Christmas is coming. Kids have faith and expectation for what's in those Christmas presents. And that's what faith does. If you are addicted to the opposite of that, your faith is in that direction. And that is just such an easy, practical way to know, am I operating in faith? Well, another way to phrase that question is, where's my expectation? Am I going to that doctor's appointment because I know what I measure improves, or am I going to that doctor's appointment thinking, I hope they don't find anything?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Because there are people that will go into it really worried
Yes.
or go on the other side of it of just having like 4-day prayer meetings where
Yeah.
like
Totally.
but you're really saying you don't have faith when you
Yeah.
Right.
when there's a point of where you confess and believe, yes.
Yeah.
But then you believe so much, hey, we're good. It's taken care of.
Yeah.
Don't
It
dwell
is
on
finished,
So
right?
Right.
if
Yeah.
you have ever thought to yourself, especially as like a faith, we're a word of faith. I've thought, I hope I have enough faith for this. And that really helped me when God showed me that. What is it that you're expecting? That's your faith score. That's where it is. So I know going in, if I'm dreading something, I got to get my faith up. I shouldn't be expecting this to happen this way.
Yeah.
I got to know that this stuff is just going down in
You
the
just
way that
know,
God.
right?
And
Yeah.
it's,
No.
yeah, I mean, yours is now proof, though.
Yeah.
So you
That's
have it
cool.
in the spiritual, but you also have a written document to be like, hey, by the way, in the physical,
Right.
this junk
Yeah.
works, and spiritually, this junk works.
You know,
Here's
because
proof.
it really was simple, though, to your point, and what you both are saying is like, it wasn't, again, a 4-night prayer meeting where like I'm pressing into this
Yeah.
and stressing out this doctor's
No.
visit. It was simply one time saying, Lord, thank you for a great
Right,
report.
absolutely.
I know Jesus did it. Amen.
Yeah.
And then from that point on,
That's it.
hey, I'm not going to try to make sacrifices to earn it.
Yeah.
Jesus did it.
No, you already
right?
did it.
Faith
Already
did
did
it.
And you know, and to your point, and to the opposite side, I have seen people who are not going to the doctor, and they're saying they're not going to the doctor because they have enough faith to know that God's healed them. But it's like, actually, I think you're just afraid of what
Yeah.
that report would be.
Right.
And it's like the fear can work in that opposite direction
Absolutely.
too, and it can be disguised as this spirituality.
Yeah.
And that's not cool. That's not, I mean, that's tough.
Mm-hmm.
You got to get your expectation in the right direction.
I've always been a big believer. Be a good steward. Be responsible with what God's put in your hands, your body, your life,
Yeah.
and then He'll take care of the rest.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. You just don't be goofy.
Don't be goofy.
Yeah, don't be goofy.
It's very
Yeah.
easy. Very
Yeah.
simple.
So, all right, guys, let's go on. Romans 8:12. Therefore, dear brothers and sisters, you have no obligation to do what your sinful nature urges you to do. Pastor Mike mentioned this. He said addiction makes you feel helpless. It lies to you that there is no free will. All right,
Mhm.
like that you can't do anything about it.
Yeah.
There are a lot of people in that shoes. In
Yeah.
those shoes.
That's the good news of the gospel is you can change. That's the good news. I
Yes.
mean, that is the gospel in 3 words. You can change.
Amen.
And God is going to do it for you.
Free will is a great thing.
It is an amazing.
I mean, it's in the
thing.
image of God.
Yes.
Like when people debate whether we have free will or not, He says He made us in His image.
Yeah.
Does God have free will? Yes.
Yeah.
So when there's certain doctrines like Calvinism and all that strip
That
that
also
away.
makes God a total monster because
Oh,
you
gosh.
try selling that doctrine that we don't have free will and that God is orchestrating everything for the good of people to a dad whose daughter just got, even want to say the examples you
Yeah.
can
Yeah.
give. Oh, what a monstrous God.
It makes salvation that much sweeter too to know that like you
It's mutual.
made that. Yeah, like
Yeah.
you made that. He's waiting for you to make that decision. You made that decision, and it's like, yes, there's like love between both parties. Where it's
Yeah.
if you're forced into it, it'd be like giving someone a birthday gift, and you don't have to do it, but you bought them one anyways, and you're like, this is awesome. But then someone's like, you have to buy me a gift. You're like, I don't even want to do that now. Like you can't tell me what to do, kind of thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's what I think people sometimes perceive it as, but it is free will. You can have a relationship or not. That's it goes with those people who are like, why would God send you to hell? Well, He wouldn't. That's on you.
It can make it frustrating with people you want to see get saved
Yes, absolutely.
because they do have a say. God's not going to force
Right.
it, but makes it special when they do, right? Because
Absolutely.
it's
Yeah.
their
Yeah.
choice.
It's a genuine encounter.
I've always thought about it in that same way of it making love genuine and real.
Yes. Yeah.
Because I've thought about it in the sense of if I force my daughter to hug me,
Yeah.
oh,
Yeah.
like, nobody's
yeah.
going to
sweet,
say
right?
that,
Nobody
right?
cares. Yeah.
Wow, that's great. But
Yeah.
if she walks up on her own and gives me a hug,
Mhm.
You're like, oh, that was sweet because you know it was genuine.
exactly.
Yeah,
Out of her free will, she did it. Absolutely. All right, guys, let's see what else I got here. Pastor Mike talking about free will. He says, your will, this is a little play on words here, your will resist who you choose. So, in other words, you choose to resist either blessings or curses.
Mhm.
You have free will.
Ah, see.
You will choose who you resist or
Right.
what you resist.
Yep.
I was when he said that, I got like a different phrase that I really liked, and that he said that, and I thought my fear moves in the direction of my faith. And what I mean by that is I fear God because I have faith in Him to do those things. Where your faith is working in whatever direction too. So the opposite is also true. If you're fearing something, you can tell that's where your faith is. That's the direction that your faith is going. And so that to me was kind of a different way to describe that what he said.
I think that's cool because we've mentioned before when you say yes to something, you say no to something else.
Yeah.
So many people, when they're battling something, will resist the devil nonstop.
Yeah.
but their mind's fixated on what the devil's trying to do.
Yeah, yeah.
So when you say yes to praise,
Yeah.
you're also saying no to everything
Right.
else.
Yeah, totally.
So you're really pushing out. You change the direction of your faith.
Yeah, and consequently, you change the direction. When your faith is in God, your fear goes in that direction too. And the Bible says the beginning of wisdom is the fear of the Lord. That can be in a positive way. If my faith is in that direction, my fear follows. And if my fear is towards God and Him, it can't be at something negative and bad for me. So that's an interesting. When he said that, I've still been chewing on that. I usually don't. I don't know why I even brought it up right now. I usually don't say something I'm personally chewing on because I don't feel like I could completely break this down right now.
But it's cool because a lot of people get
But-
hung up on timing, why things take long.
Yep.
Yeah.
But if your faith is not completely aligned with God's, there's going to be some friction there that
Mhm.
slows things down.
Yeah.
You get in alignment like you're talking about,
Yeah.
things happen. I brought that up in Bible school recently. We were talking about Pastor Lacey had been born again for forever. I got born again at 21, and I was talking to, I think it was Mario about this, or maybe another gentleman, but how could I ever be in a position to lead her when she's been born again for 20 years more than I have?
Mhm.
But when you really get hungry for the Lord, like Gary,
Mhm.
and you get on fire and you desire all of God, He accelerates things. Because, like you're
Yeah.
saying, your faith is in that direction.
Yeah.
And there's just this acceleration. And then before I knew it, in a year or two, I was in that position to be able to lead. But
Yeah.
in the natural, that doesn't make any sense.
Well, I like too that I like what Paul says. Paul goes, "Follow me as I follow Christ." So if you're doing that, it doesn't matter. It's not about in the natural, how many stars you have on your report card, if you will. It is. Hey, look, I'm just following God. You can follow me, but I'm just following God, right? Like follow me as I follow Christ is really the way that it goes. So, like you're saying, you just got where you're following God in the Spirit. It's like, okay, cool, yeah, we're just going in the same direction.
Absolutely.
That makes that so easy.
Yeah, and there's people who sit in church and they get what they get on Sunday and then that's it. And then they refuel the next Sunday. And then there's people who come to church that get what they get on Sunday, but then they're hungry and they dig and dig and dig. And so the people who have been sitting in church for 20 years are getting surpassed by people who have been there in a couple years strictly based off of how hungry they are for the word.
Mhm.
So it really doesn't. And Pastor Mike mentioned this. It might have been a few months ago when he talked about your walk with the Lord isn't based on your age. It's based on how hungry are you. Because you could be 75, go to church every Sunday, and be a stagnant Christian, or you could be 25, go to church every Sunday, but then dig in the Word Monday through Saturday, and know spiritually and physically more than the person who has been there their whole
Yeah.
lives.
It's if you're practicing. It's if
Right,
you're
yeah.
it's what you're doing with those hours. I always put it this way with music. I can tell the difference between somebody that practices and somebody that plays.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of people that have been playing for 30 years, but they only practice for the first 6 months. And you can see it in their playing. And it's like same thing in everything. Christianity can be the exact same way. You've been playing church every Sunday for 20 years, but you haven't been practicing it daily. You don't have a prayer life. That word has not been made alive to you. You know some things about God, but you don't
Yeah.
know God.
I heard a pastor one time say you can tell how much someone prays by how well they pray out loud. And
Bro,
I'm like, yeah,
I love listening to people pray.
yeah.
I
you can tell.
love hearing people pray. We had a I might have given this example before, but we had a Bible school teacher, and he only did like music school stuff. So it's like he's just teaching like music theory 101. His name is Mr. Pewter, and he's just like the sweetest dude. Had a mustache when mustaches weren't cool. Probably still has a mustache now, even though mustaches are cool.
They are
and
cool.
he will have a mustache after mustaches aren't cool anymore again. And he's just that guy. He's total dad, homeschool dad 101. He's teaching music theory. And he starts the first class, and he goes, "Hey, listen, can we just pray before we get started?" And man, as soon as he opened his mouth, I was
Let
like,
it rip. Mhm.
"This dude's teaching music theory. I'm about to just be a puddle in the aisle." I mean, it just ripped heaven open, and I'm like, "I love Mr. Pewter. I don't care what he says for the rest of this class. He's changed my life." Like you could feel the atmosphere change. I love hearing people pray who have a real prayer relationship with God because it is different.
Yeah, you can tell.
You can
tell
tell.
in the
You can
prayer,
tell
for
as
sure.
soon as somebody starts praying if that's something that they do on the daily.
Mhm.
I love that.
Well, it was an awesome message. If you guys have anything from Sunday morning, put it in the comments. We'd love to hear about it. Even if you're not watching live, you're watching a recording, put it in there and we'll bring it up next week. Let's get into Wednesday night. Micah, jumping back into a new chapter. So you had last week, Pastor Kim had this Wednesday, Micah going through, and this one was about warning, right? This chapter was about warning the people.
Yeah.
I love what she said. She said that the blessings that the Israelites, they knew about the blessings God told them. They knew the scriptures.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
this chapter was saying you're just not entitled to them. There has to be obedience.
Yes. Yeah. You don't get it. Yeah. You don't get that stuff for free. And just we were talking about natural discipline. That actually ties right into everything we've been saying. You were talking about being a good steward of what you have. Everybody has the ability to be in great shape, but that doesn't mean you get it for free. It just means that God has given you the ability to be in great shape, but you have to act on it.
Yeah.
And that's what that chapter was saying as well, is it's like God has given you these things, but you have to take hold of them.
Just can't live however you want and it be there.
No.
And God did say it to him. But
Yeah.
there's a relationship, like we said, mutual love there's but two sides to it,
Yeah,
right?
totally.
Takes two to make a thing go right.
Hey,
Whoa.
Takes two to
whoa.
make it out of sight.
Raise
That
the
was
roof.
smooth.
Hey, you like that?
That was clean. I didn't like that, but I like what I like with the Trump.
Oh, that's my favorite dance now.
That
Who
was
was
easy.
doing that? Oh no, it was at the Ryder Cup.
Yeah, it was,
I think it was a short guy that just won the
JJ
U.S. Open.
Spawn,
JJ
yeah.
Spawn
He
came
did,
when JJ
yeah.
Spawn came out on hole number 1 the day that Trump was there, and he's like,
You did the dance?
he did the. I was like, oh, JJ. I was like, okay, I do like JJ Spawn. He's cool.
What'd you guys get out Wednesday?
Well, I like verse 2 says, "You who hate good and love evil, who strip the skin from my people and from the flesh of their bones." Now, this sounds a little intense.
God, kind of a Halloween verse.
Yeah,
It is
dude,
Halloween.
I just wanted to go ahead and give you that visual image of ripping people apart. But in according to Pastor Kim, this was kind of to the leaders of who they were talking to at the time, because there is an accountability, and now us as pastors, we can also relate to this. What we preach and what we teach, we'll take into account for it one day a little harsher than people, maybe just in the congregation. And this is kind of what Micah's saying. And it's saying that if the description wasn't bad enough, Micah went on to illustrate how terribly the leaders of Israel and Judah used the people, as if they were cannibals feasting on the people of God. And this reminds us that the people never exist for the sake of the leaders, but the leaders are there for the sake of the people.
Mhm.
So in other words, it almost seems like they're taking advantage and they're being jerks, if you want to put it in a youthy kind of way. But to go back to what we were saying about taking accountability and a responsibility for our sheep, as you could say, and that's kind of what I got understanding wise of what Micah's talking about there, that they're terrible leaders.
The whole chapter was way more. Chapter 2 was kind of a more general. The beginning of chapter 2 got into the leadership some. Chapter 3 was just all about the leadership and what they're doing incorrectly. And I think you see modeled in Jesus' life the exact opposite of Micah 3, right? Where Jesus goes, hey, listen, the first are going to be last, the last are going to be first. In other words, what leadership is you're serving people. That is leadership. Leadership is just you serving
And that's
people.
what Pastor Kim said. A leader should never serve God's people dominated by the question, what's in it for me?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
and that is, you can't, it's hard to serve and have that mindset of what's in it for me, because then I'm not even sure that you really enjoy what you're doing. And especially in a, like a pastor's role. Like if I was doing youth and I'm just thinking what's in it for me, that's a selfish way to do it. But for me, leading these teenagers is, how can I lead them correctly? How can I make them stronger Christians? How can I make sure that when hard times come up that they're making the right decisions? Because we love our youth group and we love our people of the church and we want them to succeed. And it's on us to teach them and tell them how to do it unselfishly. So I know, like for me, for instance, I'll get text messages and phone calls and things like that in the middle of the day or on the weekend. And it doesn't bother me. That's what I'm here for. I actually like it, because then it's telling me that these teenagers are thinking on good things over the weekend of how to address this, how to do that, what do I do here? And but that goes back to leadership, to be able to respond, but to also do it in a non-selfish and a loving way.
For sure, in the church and then in other leadership roles.
Yes, absolutely.
That's why most marriages fail.
Right.
Yes.
It's more about what they need to do
Yeah.
better versus you
They're
serving
not
them.
meeting my needs.
Exactly.
Right.
Okay.
Right?
That's not what you signed up for. You signed up to meet theirs.
Yeah. Same with parenting.
Yeah.
Man, I wish the kids would stop doing this or my kids doing that. Well, What can we do better?
Right.
Like we're there
Yeah.
to serve them, not them
Yep.
to serve us.
Absolutely.
Oh gosh, it just continues on. I mean, like in the workplace, even if you're not in a leadership role in a workplace environment, like you're not the manager of a department, God puts you there as a spiritual leader, right?
Yeah,
Like
definitely.
lead. They may be cussing, they may be doing nasty things, saying nasty things. Well, what are you going to do to impact that,
Yeah.
right? Like,
Yeah.
Absolutely.
how are you going to serve them?
Exactly. And I think when you do that, like life gets so much fun when you start living around people that are in that whose mindset is in that direction. Because man, I can remember, you see so many people in the world, they're living out there and they're going, "Oh man, this person did this to me." They're keeping score in the negative light. And I can say that they're like, I'm thinking of some people right now, just even in the congregation, people I've seen commenting online. It's like I have that same, man, they did this to me as a Christian, so the people that I'm living life with here at the church, but it's completely different because what it is it's like, oh man, that person gave me a gift and it was so thoughtful and it meant so much to me. I'm gonna get them back.
Right, yeah.
It's like I have like this, like in the
challenge
right
to it,
direction. Oh
right.
man,
Yeah. You
that,
can't
that
outgive
dude.
me.
No, yeah, you're not gonna get away with that.
Yeah.
That was way too good. Wait until I give you something. I've got something I'm going to give you. But it's just
Why I
in the
oughta.
other direction. And it's like, you can live that way.
Yeah,
you can
absolutely.
live that way, man. I think people are out there just being absolutely miserable, thinking, what's in it for me?
Very common in the workplace.
Very common in the workplace.
Like-
It's like, it's you know what it is a mentality of there's not enough.
Right.
So if they got something, then there's not going to be enough for me.
Yeah.
Right. It's just this lack mentality.
Yeah, right.
Where when you flip it and you're serving people, it's an abundance mentality, right? Because it is having faith that when I give you this, there's going to be more than enough left for me, right? It's Jesus feeding the 5,000. Hey, man, I know we've only got a few fish and a couple of loaves, but don't worry. I'm just going to keep serving and keep giving it out, and it just keeps coming back.
Yeah.
And when you have that mindset of there's always an abundance. God has made more than enough, right? That's in Philippians 4 when Paul gets done saying, you got to think like this. He goes, you have to think on these things.
Yeah.
Don't think about the negative things. You got to think on these things. And then he goes, when you think on these things, then you can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. But then he goes, and then I know that my God shall supply your need. He doesn't say, my God shall supply my needs according to his riches and mercy. He goes, you got to think like this, and then trust me, you can do this. And then I am fully persuaded that my God will meet your needs according to his riches and glory. And I'm like,
Well, even everything that
preach it.
God promises, well, just thinking about like giving and stuff like that, it's always a way to get something to you. It's not that
Yes.
God needs it. He doesn't need that. But he's saying if you'll be obedient and you show me that you trust me, then I'll open up the windows of heaven. And there's always a thing that you have to do to show trust and obedience. And then God's like, by the way, here's an overflowing amount of blessing.
Yeah, I love that even in the in the little things. The Bible says not one jot or one tittle will pass away. Paul being the opposite of that Micah 3, what's in it for me, leader. Paul goes, I know my God will supply your needs.
Right.
He could just as easily go like, hey, look, I know God. I know my God's going to supply my needs, because I've been doing all these. He doesn't, that's not even his mindset, even in those things. I love that.
Would
man.
you
It's
say
so cool.
when in this case God's already told the Israelites all these blessings are coming to you, but there is obedience required to it. The purpose of obedience is what? Draw glory to him. Draw it to be able to tie it to him, not to human will, not to human ways.
Yeah, because you're doing what God said. And then if you do what God says and then he proves the point by blessing you, then all glory goes to him anyways. Because most of the time, the things like that happen, you couldn't do it on your own even if you wanted to. And I think that brings, when you realize that God's blessing you that way, it brings glory to him because humanly it's not. It doesn't make sense to give 10% of every tithe that I have, live off 90%, and I'm better off now than I was with 100%. That doesn't make sense. It can only be God. And so all glory goes to him, because if you start making it about you, just like Nebuchadnezzar did that and turned into a beast in the fields when he started to say, look what I did. And then just like that, it was all taken away. But God's merciful and gave it all back to him. And in that situation, people are like, okay, that has to be God. Because I just saw, King Nebuchadnezzar eating grass in the field on all fours like a psychopath, and now he's king again.
It's that humility matters, right? And humility is if you can't serve somebody that you're not humbly submitted to, in the sense of serving God. I was just reading I had Genesis 11 in my daily Bible reading yesterday, and something hit me that I'd never seen, because everybody starts in Galatians. In Genesis 12. Everybody starts in 12 because that's where God calls Abram. But in Genesis 11, something happens that I had never noticed, and that is that Abram's dad takes all of them on the way to Canaan. I'd never noticed that in Genesis 11, Abram's dad with his family is on the way to Canaan. In Genesis 12, God goes to Abram, hey, go, and I'll tell you where later, right? He just goes, I'll tell you to go, and he doesn't say where. But in Genesis 11, Abram's dad's already on the way. And then something interesting happens. Lot's dad's name is Haran, and Haran dies while Abram's dad is still alive. Lot is the grandson, right? So they stop, and the Bible says they settle in Haran, which means crossroads, and it means barren, dry place. And, when something like that happens, when a tragedy strikes, you're at a crossroads, and you have a choice to make. And the choice that you have to make right then is, are you going to let that thing define you? Or are you going to live there? Because they name the place Haran, which is the son who died. So they have a tragedy happen in their life, and then all of a sudden it just defines the dad. And then in Genesis chapter 12, God says to Abram, you have to go. You have to go, and you have to go to a land that I'm going to show you. And you know where that land ends up being? It ends up being Canaan. And you know what Canaan actually means? Because this is the other thing that I had never seen. Because we just think Canaan's the promised land. And it is, but it doesn't mean promised land. What Canaan means is humble. It means humility. In other words, if you want the promises of God, you're going to get them like this. You have to come to God humbly. You have to come to God and serve first, right? That in Malachi chapter 3, what they're saying is you have all of these stuck-up, proud leaders going, what's in it for me? I'm better than you. I'm leading from the top down. I'm on top of the mountain. And perhaps, right, but they're skinning people alive, and they're eating them and taking them for all they're worth, right? Where what God does, Jesus comes humbly as a servant to all and humbles himself on the cross, the Bible says. And that's where that is where the promises of God come from, is from humility. And that just hit me so hard, that there was a tragedy, and when something strikes in your life that's outside the will of God like that, like what happened in Abram's life while he was still alive and loses a kid, you can let that thing define you, or you can continue to move towards the promised land of God, but you have to do that from a place of humility, period. And so I think that that's what Micah 3 is talking at. Mm-hmm. I never noticed that that's what Genesis 12 is really driving at. It never hit me like that. The promises of God are held in your hands because of the humility that God's bringing you. That's what Canaan means, is humility. So anyway, that was probably way too many words for that, but
that's good.
Breathe for a second. There you go. There you go.
It hit me yesterday.
That was great. Anything else from Micah 3?
Nope. I think we're golden.
That's great. So continue on, not next week, the week after, because next week is prayer and fasting.
Prayer and fasting.
Yeah, so we pray and fast to start the month of November next week.
We won't do this next week?
No, we're talking about Micah.
Oh, Micah. No, Micah next week.
Yeah.
I was thinking no podcast, sorry.
No Micah next week, but we'll have prayer and fasting. So the schedule for that, Monday through Wednesday, we'll pray and fast from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. each day. Monday night, you guys talked about the prayer night. It has been awesome.
It has been awesome.
7 p.m. on Monday. Soul winning training. They just stay in the building on Tuesday. They're going to do it at 7 p.m. in the sanctuary. They'll teach everybody how to soul win and give you the soul winning script. Then Wednesday, communion and miracle night, 7 p.m. on Wednesday. Like a Gary, if you know a Gary in your life that's dealing with addiction, has problems, looking for Christ, great time to bring them in. And then it's also Friendsgiving week.
Let's go.
Yeah, it's going to be a big week next week. So we got Thursday night, the live drawing. Everybody needs to pre-register for that, so you can be a part of it. And then Sunday, invite everybody you can to be a part of Friendsgiving Sunday. This upcoming Sunday, baby dedications.
Yes.
Here's
There's like 8.
It jumped
9?
from 2 to 8.
Yeah,
in like a
8.
day or two. Yeah,
That's
a lot of
of
kids.
babies.
A lot of babies.
So many babies.
Yep. So it's going to be packed out at the altar. It'll be a great Sunday. Come join us if you're new, checking out the podcast. We'd love to have you join us every time we meet. Give us a shout out. Say hello. Let's see. We got Brooke mentioning here. I was healed of seeing floaters in my eyes constantly 2 prayer services ago.
Nice.
Praise
Sweet.
God.
Let's
Great
go.
testimony.
That's awesome.
Amen.
That's awesome.
How'd I miss that? I feel like I would have heard about that. She's been holding
She
out.
obviously
Yeah,
hasn't
she
been
saved it for
testifying.
the
Dang.
live podcast.
Hey, if you have a teenager between the ages of 12 and 18, we are doing a worship/bonfire night tonight because this is live. So bring your kids at 6 o'clock. We'll feed them pizza and we'll worship. And then we're going to have a bonfire night with s'mores. So if you don't want your kids doing anything spooky, let's bring them to church and let them get in the
If you just don't
the
want your
Holy
kids
Ghost.
tonight.
Yeah, if you just don't
don't
want,
want
yeah,
'em
you
in.
just want
Yeah.
them to leave, I'll babysit them for 3 hours on a
Wow,
Friday night.
sweet.
Yeah,
I'm sending mine.
Ages 2 to 18 are
Please
welcome.
don't. You bring a 2-year-old, they're going to be outside. I'm going to throw them in the construction zone. But 12 to 18, it's going to be an awesome night.
He's like, no,
Plus-
for real, 12 to 18.
no, for real. Yeah, don't bring your
Please.
2-year-old. Dude. I'm not even bringing mine, my 4-year-old or my.
He's
well,
getting
however
away
old she
from
is.
his kids. That's why he's doing this tonight. He
Yeah,
doesn't even
dude.
want to be at home.
This is for me. But anyways, bring your teenagers and all their friends. It's going to be an awesome night. So
Amen. All right, guys, let's go ahead and head out. Pastor Johnny, we pray.
I'll pray.
Close it.
Father, thank you so much for an amazing time. Thank you for an awesome podcast. Thank you for your word. Father, thank you that your word never returns void. Thank you for continued wisdom in everybody that's listening now, everybody that's listening on repeat. Father, I thank you that your word is becoming alive. It is living and active in our lives even now. Thank you for an incredible night tonight. Thank you for an amazing weekend. And Father, bless Friendsgiving. God, we lift up and give you Friendsgiving now in advance. We thank you for everything that's going to happen, the lives that are going to be touched and changed. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen. Have a
Amen.
great weekend. See you Sunday.
Love y'all.